What's up, guys? This is Raymond Iron Body McKinney. Today I'm going to share with you of how I grew up, ended up on this manifestation journey when I found out all about Neville Goddard and some of these practical coaches that actually get straight to the point. You know, I grew up in a family where hard work was kind of like the only way to go. Like, in order to get what you want, you have to work hard for it. You have to grind through. Like, go to college, get a good job, retire, and die or something. That model just seems so unappealing, if you know what I mean. I'm not saying anything wrong about college or anything like that, or a job like that. Do what resonates with you. What I'm saying is that's not the only way to do it. My background is, I kind of pick up on both my parents. My dad is more of the hardworking person, the persistent person in things. Always was disciplined to maintain and persist in whatever a goal may take. My mom, on the other hand, was deeply intuitive. I would call her deeply psychic. Now, when I hear people say, "Oh, I'm psychic," or stuff like that, we're all psychic, by the way. It's just a matter of how deeply in tune we are with in it. It depends on, I guess, our environment or the way we perceive things. But my mom was deeply I'm going to say my mom was deeply psychic. She talked about she'd be in the woods with I think something like a jaguar. Didn't feel afraid. She was talking about telepathy, just kind of communicating telepathically with animals like that in the woods. She felt deeply safe. She also talked about she used to grow up in a challenging home, kind of a negligence, abuse. And it's unfortunate, but I learned a ton from her. She also told me my brother had a growth plate that was broken. Doctor examined it. It was broken. My mom put her hands on his leg, a deep knowing that it would heal. 3 days later, the x-ray was checked again, completely healed. The doctor's like, I don't know how to describe what just happened. He would just call it a miracle, but really, she just felt deeply sad that she just felt this deep love and energy that it was healed. From my perspective, she assumed it was already healed, even though she probably didn't realize that. Our assumptions, assuming that as if something's happened in our favor, that's real prayer. It's not about, I pray for this day to come. Not this long and this hoping. Assuming that's already done. Everything's omnipresent. Energy is. God is. Whatever you want to call it. Everything's evenly present at all times. It's just a matter of tuning into it. You can call parallel realities, quantum field. I want to go the most primal, sacred route. That it's a spiritual energy field. We're all spirit, compressed. We're all spirit, and we appear we're physical, but we're just compressed energy. Now coming to the point where I combine both my parents' perspectives. My mom's deep psychic energy, or psychic intuitiveness and my dad's persistence. Because I felt like I was more kind of the analytical kind of guy. Just like, how is this even possible? It's all this stuff like that. I didn't know how to use this stuff effectively, like imagination, intuition, all this stuff. I felt different when I was younger. Get picked on a lot, called skinny a lot, all these things. Then I suffered. There was one year I just felt like I had all this grudge and hatred within me. Just felt like, why is all this happening to me? And then one year in 2017, I driving home one day, it was so windy one day. There was a wire hanging down. I almost crashed into it, slammed the brakes, and I was blubbering uncontrollably, crying, just angry. Why is this happening? And then later on down the road, months later, I was suffering severe anxiety, probably on the verge, just feeling like maybe some sort of tendency towards schizophrenia. Couldn't tell what was real or not sometimes. I don't know if it was schizophrenia or not, but I had a hard time. I was suffering toxic mold, and I've heard it's extremely dangerous. And I went long period of time not knowing I was suffering from it. Ran the Louisville Marathon in Kentucky, trying to qualify for Boston, which I did. And suffering that. Don't know how I got through that. I had this deep knowing that I was going to qualify for Boston and finish it. I imagined myself crossing the Boston Marathon finish line multiple times, going through all this craziness, and eventually finding out about Wim Hof, like this guy named Wim Hof, where he talks about deep breathing, where a lot of us breathe from our chest rather than our diaphragm. So I found out about the diaphragm breathing, and that's when everything started to click. It's like, oh, I've been shallow breathing for a long period of time, even through school, high school, all these things. Just letting anxiety and external world kind of get to me, reacting. Just a lot of things that didn't make any sense to me. Why is this happening to me? Now I understand where I'm at now. Lead up to this manifesting journey. I know exactly why all that happened. All those things are just a direct reflection of what I embody. And now that I know about reprogramming the subconscious mind through our habitual assumptions and thoughts, that's when things are clicking for me. So, in combination with my mom's deep inner psychic intuitiveness and my dad's persistence to get tangible results from this stuff, a systematic way to be able to live in a world of logic and spirituality. I definitely know they coexist and they're both necessary. And to apply these in our lives, not only will we survive, but we thrive in a loving world. So I hope this message helps a lot of those who are suffering right now, maybe suffering right now, home, hard life, or just problems. I want you to take something from this message. I hope you take something from this message that resonates with you deeply. I'm here to talk my authentic truth and to help people get unstuck, to thrive in their own lives. So, bless you all and happy manifesting.